You're listening to Vaquero News, the Valley Student Station.
Good afternoon, Vaqueros. Today is Monday, January 30th, and it is currently 73 degrees Fahrenheit outside. We are coming to you live from our Edinburgh studio. I'm your host, Rodolfo Alvarado.
I'm Silvana Villarreal, and this is Vaquero News.
UTRGV's Cancer and Surgery Center is scheduled to open in January of 2025 and hopes to bring accessible medical treatments and more programs available for study to the Valley. Here's Silvana Villarreal with the updates.
Last year, UTRGV broke ground on the Cancer and Surgery Center in McAllen, plans to expand its services and add new courses to improve local access to healthcare. Monica Alanis, Assistant Dean for Assessment, Evaluation, and Quality Improvement, said the medical program was lacking in the Valley before it was brought to UTRGV.
Physicians tend to stay in the areas where they go to school or where they get their residencies. So by starting this medical school, we were hoping to increase the availability of healthcare here in the Rio Grande Valley.
The current plan to expand the size of the medical school is to increase class sizes and make more areas of specialties available to study. However, without full accreditation, the School of Medicine is unable to hire additional professors and add courses to the curriculum.
We're under provisional accreditation right now. We're accredited, but we want to get to full accreditation. That comes with time, right?
What makes UTRGV's medical school different from any other institution starts with its diversity. According to Alanis, it is one of the most diverse medical schools in the whole country, having more minorities than any other institution.
We want physicians that are Latinos that will understand that. So we are graduating the kinds of physicians that can work with our minority communities.
This and the continuation to conduct research in conjunction with the School of Medicine is all part of the list of accomplishments she described. Dr. Michael Hawker, Dean of the School of Medicine and Senior Vice President of UT Health RGV, wants to make oncology, healthcare, cancer treatment accessible to patients in South Texas.
It's sad, but there's still a significant amount of patients, especially if they have insurance or capabilities, who are leaving South Texas to go get their cancer care.
Dr. Hawker said UTRGV specializes in research specific to the needs of those in South Texas.
As a whole, so we have South Texas Institute of Diabetes and Genetics, where we look at genetic factors and disease processes specifically to folks in South Texas. There's a significant disease of Alzheimer's and memory disorder problems in Texas.
At the end of the day, Alanis believes in graduating classes that contain servant leaders, people who serve the community with the goal of taking a different approach to medicine. The new UT Health RGV Cancer and Surgery Center is on track to begin operations in January 2025, with resources such as medical and radiation oncology and infusion centers. This is Silvana Villarreal with Vaquero Radio. National Stalking Awareness Month comes with educating people about the misconceptions and dangers of stalking. There are steps someone can take if ever becomes stalked and resources that could help on campus. Here's Timothy Chapman with more.
This January marks the 19th Annual Stalking Awareness Month, a call to action to inform and educate people about the seriousness of the crime and what types of measures that can be taken to stay safe. An estimated 13.5 million people are stalked each year in the United States, with around 1 in 3 women and 1 in 6 men having experienced stalking at some point in their lifetime, according to stalkingawareness.org. Program Coordinator for the Office of Advocacy and Crime Prevention, Patricia Ramirez, said pop culture tends to downplay the seriousness of stalking, causing many people to almost glorify the crime.
Hollywood tends to romanticize that type of behavior, or even the language that we use where it's like, oh, I'm going to stalk him or stalk her on Facebook, on social media. We kind of downplay the seriousness of that crime.
Ramirez said the OAVP wants to remind students of the availability of resources on campus, which can be used in a private manner.
Even though the student is afraid or maybe is just not ready to make that report, we do emphasize that we're confidential. So if there is no immediate harm to an adult or a child, like endangerment, we don't have to report.
University Police Sergeant David Peña said Campus Shield is an app that students and faculty can use to directly contact the UTRGV Police Department for any services they provide, including a police escort option if anyone feels unsafe walking around campus by themselves.
We call that the Safe Walk program. So it's a service that's available 24 hours. It's 24/7, 365 all year round, anytime. All you have to do is just contact the police department and request an escort to whichever destination here on campus.
Benya said documentation is very important when it comes to apprehending whoever is being accused of stalking.
If you have photos, if you have messages, if you have videos, we also recommend saving those. Don't delete them and holding on to it, because that can also be critical in a case.
For more information on National Stalking Awareness Month, you can visit stalkingawareness.org. To download the Campus Shield app, you can go to the Google Play Store on Android devices or the App Store on iOS. This is Timothy Chapman for Vaquero Radio.
And now time for sports. Followed by confidence brought by the athletics department, the new UTRGV football coach is to bring America's sport to the Valley and plans on leading it to success. Here's Edgar Garcia with the story.
UTRGV's athletic program is in the process of building its first ever football team. This endeavor is spearheaded by newly minted head coach Travis Bush and UTRGV's athletic director Chase Kong. It is their mission to bring football to the Valley. UTRGV has been without a football team since inception, though this is set to change in 2025 under the leadership of famed high school and college coach Travis Bush and Chase Kong. Their plan is to have a roster by 2024 and play their first game by 2025. Travis Bush has competed and coached at a variety of schools, from high schools to colleges to the NFL level. He plans to start the program and run it from its inception to being championship contenders in our conference.
We're going to get this thing started, and at some point, it's going to be a process, but at some point we're going to be competing for championships here, and I'll be here as long as they allow me to. I've learned to take every job and commit to it like it's the last one you're ever going to have, and that's what we'll do here.
The other mind behind the program is Chase Kong. He is responsible for the hiring of Travis Bush and is excited for the upcoming games.
It's a process. The neat thing is that we will be a full member of our football conference in 2025, and so our student athletes will have a great schedule. We'll have what looks like 8 conference games and 3 to 4 non-conference games in the fall of 25.
However, he is aware of the upcoming challenges that come with starting a football program and the process we'll have to go through to become competitive.
And in those first few years, that we're certainly going to have our challenges being a brand new program. The best analogy I can use is it's really like birthing a baby, and together as a region, as a university, we are going to birth football. And that program is going to have to crawl, and then it'll eventually walk, and then it'll run, and then it'll sprint.
The confidence in the 2 individuals to guide the program to relevance is seemingly plentiful. Senior Associate Athletic Director for Communication Championships, Jonah Goldberg, spoke on his trust in the 2 men to lead this new program.
Oh, absolutely. First of all, Chase, he is one of the most dynamic people I've ever had the pleasure of working with. And just a great human being, too. If he thinks that Coach Bush is the guy to build a strong program here, I trust him 1,000%.
The team is set to have its first game in the fall of 2025, with most games taking place in the Edinburgh HB Park, while 1 game is scheduled to be played at Bronzeville Sam's Memorial Stadium. For more information, visit the UTRGV Athletics page. I'm Edgar Garcia, and this is Vaquero Radio.
The UTRGV men's basketball team will face the Sam Houston Bearcats on Wednesday, February 1st in Edinburgh. The women's basketball team will go up against the Utah Tech Trailblazers on Thursday, February 2nd, also in Edinburgh. On Friday, the men's tennis team will compete against the Louisiana Raging Cajuns in Lafayette, Louisiana. Those are the sports games for the week.
And now for this week's events calendar.
This is Edgar Garcia, and these are the events this week. There are 2 involvement fairs this week. The first will take place in Bronzeville, and the second will take place in Edinburgh, both from 12 to 1:30 p.m. Sigma Lambda Gamma National Sorority is hosting a DIY crystal ball event on Wednesday from 12 to 2 p.m. at Edinburgh in the Student Union. Finally, the Red Power Ranger, Austin St. John, and Zordon, Justin Fielding, will be at the Comic Cave at Sunrise Mall in Bronzeville from 6 to 8 p.m. This has been Edgar Garcia with the events this week.
And now here is your weather for the week. Tonight will bring a small chance of rain with a low around 42. Tuesday and Wednesday will up that chance of rain between 30 to 40% with highs to the mid-40s. Things will begin to warm up a tad bit, with Thursday having a high near 59 and Friday having a high near 66. That was the weather, Vaqueros.
That is the newscast for this week.
Weekly editorial columns will be coming out every Monday starting today, where you can read about our staff's opinions on anything and everything. You can read all about them and news stories on our website, utrgvradio.com.
Make sure to download the Radio FX app and listen to your favorite DJ shows by favoriting Vaquero Radio. Check out our YouTube channel so you can watch our newscast and have the latest news from UTRGV and the Valley.
You can also watch KVAQ TV on social media or on VCAST monitors around campus. And if you're on campus, don't forget to pick up a physical issue from the Writer newspaper stands.
From now on, our weekly newscast will also be broadcasted every Wednesday at 10 a.m.
Join us next week, same time, same place.
Only on Vaquero Radio, the Valley Student Station. This has been Vaquero News.